week 2 of the NFL season. We got 4 more picks against the spread this week. I'm hoping to bounce back from a mediocre 1-2-1. I missed the Colts -3, and I missed the Tennessee Titans at -1.5. The only one that came through for me was the Kansas City Chiefs at +3.5, and the push was Seattle +3 over the Broncos. So I'm hoping I do a lot better this week. I've got 4 more picks that I'm very confident in. Hopefully, I'm not too confident all throughout the video. So let's get started with the first one. The Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm surprised at this line right now. I'm very surprised that it's Carolina at +6. I don't understand how the Panthers aren't the favorite in this matchup. Because if you know the history of it, okay, I get it that the Falcons won Week 17 at home, but just because it's at home doesn't mean anything. I mean, did you not watch the Falcons game last week? Did you not watch the same one that I watched? It just seems that once the Falcons got to the 25-yard line, it just seems to fall apart, especially the stupidity of offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian. So there's 2 reasons why I'm taking the Panthers at +6. The first reason, the stupidity of Steve Sarkisian. Second reason, well, let me just talk about the stupidity for just a little bit more. I saw at least 9 points were left off the board in that game, and they lost by 6. So let's see if they could have gotten those points back. They could have just kicked a field goal to take a 3-0 lead on the first drive of the game. It's the first drive of the game. Why aren't you just taking your 3 points and just taking a 3-0 lead to set the tone for the game? I mean, you're playing the defending Super Bowl champions in the Philadelphia Eagles. You're pretty much playing almost the exact same team, just a couple different additions and a couple different subtractions. So you're basically playing the same team. Take a 3-0 lead and set the tone. So that's 3 points out of the board. And the interception inside the 30-yard line, that was another 3 points off the board. I will give credit though. Matt Ryan had the idea looking for Julio Jones, but he just seemed to underthrow it. So that's 3 points out of the board. So at this point, we could have had an 18-18 tie, and they could have just gone for the win on the last drive instead of just having to try to score the touchdown. So they left 6 big points off the board that could have translated into 9 points off the board and a win. And if this doesn't clean up, I don't think the Falcons are going to win a single game this year. Well, I mean, granted, they'll probably win about maybe 3 or 4 of them, but I don't think anything more than 5. So that's the first reason. Second reason, the injuries that plagued the Falcons already. Keanu Neal's out for the season, and Deion Jones is placed on the IR for at least the next 8 to 9 weeks. So with those 2 reasons, I like the Panthers at +6 in this game. Moving on to the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are starting Josh Allen at quarterback, and I don't think it matters who they start at quarterback, whether it's Josh Allen or Nathan Peterman. The Chargers are going to dominate this game. In fact, I'm surprised the line is even more than 7. So this should be another easy pick for me, and I got the Chargers at -7 over the Buffalo Bills. Because even if they play Nathan Peterman, we saw what they did last year, 5 interceptions in 1 half. Even if they start Josh Allen, rookie quarterback making his first start, he's going to feel the pressure. So the Los Angeles Chargers -7, that's another pick. Another easy one for me. Third pick, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, they looked really lackluster. They looked kind of weak. They have this thing of they're playing down to their competition. They played down to their competition multiple times last year. And right now we're evaluating the same thing of that Steelers team. They're playing down to their competition. A 21-21 draw over the Cleveland Browns last week. And there's no Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was not even listed on the depth chart for the Steelers this week. So this is why I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs at the +4. I think this is a nice underdog pick. Kansas City Chiefs at +4. I like the way the Chiefs looked last week. And plus, Ben Roethlisberger did not look good last week. 3 interceptions against the Cleveland Browns. I know a lot of people are saying that there are quarterbacks like Brady and Roethlisberger that don't have 2 bad weeks in a row. Maybe the case statistically, But I think the huge difference is the Chiefs actually have their important value on the team right now. They've got a quality running back in Kareem Hunt, and I'm not going to discredit James Conner's performance last week, but it was just the Browns, and I can't see him having a similar performance against the Chiefs. I think the Steelers need him to have that kind of performance based on Le'Veon Bell being a big presence every time they play against the Chiefs. And with Le'Veon Bell not going to be playing, the pressure's on James Conner to fulfill that role and to have similar numbers. And I don't think he can do that, which is why I got the Kansas City Chiefs at +4. My final pick of the week, the Oakland Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. And yes, I know what you're thinking. The theme this week is probably the picks of the AFC West. But that's not really the case. For me, this is the week of the underdogs to me, as I like the Oakland Raiders at +6. The Raiders, they were humiliated in front of their home fans on Monday Night Football. They were embarrassed in front of the country. And I think John Gruden's going to rip this Raiders team a new one this week. I think he's not going to allow this team to be embarrassed again. I think he's going to look at some things. He's going to look at what was right and what was wrong. Because the Raiders, they had a good first quarter. I mean, going down, scoring a touchdown early on, that was a good tone setter. And I think the adjustment we're making, it's kind of a little bit of a work in progress, but I like the Raiders at +6. So those are my picks against the spread this week. So once again, my picks are Carolina +6, LA Chargers -7, Kansas City +4, and Oakland +6. Comment your thoughts on my picks down below. Also, if there's a game you want me to look at against the spread, just leave it in the comment section down below and I'll respond to you. Anyway, I will see you next time. Have a great day, good evening, whenever you're watching, and I will see you next time.